You know what the first thing we teach our ninth graders? Has nothing to do with football.
All right, hey, heads up. Summer's over. You know, it's time to go to work.
Has everything to do with how to shake a man's hand and how to look you in the eye. And that's where we start. It has everything to do with building great young men. And I believe if you do that, the football will take care of itself. My name is Ron Gladnick, and I'm the head football coach at Torrey Pines High School. At Hillsdale, as a freshman, I had the benefit of probably playing on one of the worst football teams in the history of Hillsdale College. We were 3-8. You know, when Coach Dye and Coach Lowry came to Hillsdale my sophomore year, we spent the next 3 months at 6 o'clock in the morning where they had turned the heat up in the field house. It felt like 110, you know, the most brutal workouts. Quite frankly, to get guys who weren't committed to leave, which a bunch of them did. And then over the next 3 years, I was a part of that transition from being, you know, a very bad football team to being one of the best Division II football teams in the country. I was a business major and an English minor. I love a liberal arts education for that reason. It creates well-rounded people. And like I tell everybody, the most valuable thing about Hillsdale College is you learn how to learn. And as a result of that, I've always felt, I don't care what environment you put me in, I am going to learn. And then I'm going to become competent, and then I'm going to compete. My whole adult life, I've been, you know, a self-employed entrepreneur. I've built small companies into medium-sized companies, and that entails being everything from the CEO to the janitor. And I would say that very much sums up my business experience, my football experience, and my life experience. 2006, I brought everybody in a conference room and said, look, you guys are brilliant. I hired all of you. You're smarter than me. I'm going to go coach high school football. You guys run the company. And they did a great job. I always tell everybody I worked hard my whole life to getting back to doing what I love the most. When I first started coaching, it was like herding cats. If you want to be competitive in, you know, high-level California football, that it's 12 months of the year now. You know, we end our season, we're in the weight room the following Monday. And a parent stood up and said, why are you doing this? And I said, because it's hard. Because boys need hard. Because life is hard. My first season, we were 6-4. In 18, we were 12-1. We've won the toughest league in the county 3 times. The expectations are high. In March 2020, before our spring break, we were told school would be closed for 2 weeks. It ended up being for over a year. I got more phone calls from kids in trouble from March of 2020 to March of 2021 in all of my previous 14 years combined. We were right there. Our kids after a lift, I was looking at the kids, and I don't even know what came over me, but I looked at the kids, I said, look, I'm probably gonna crash and burn, but I promise you, I'm gonna do everything I can as your head coach to get sports back. And that's how it started.
Local coaches, parents, and athletes say enough is enough. It's time for change. It's time to play sports again. And now they're holding an event to get the state to pay attention. Head football coach at Torrey Pines High School, Ron Gladnick.
Ron Gladnick.
Ron Gladnick. Coach, thank you for once again joining us.
We formed 6 SEAL teams of parent volunteers who had different jobs. I was in charge of SEAL Team 6, which was engaging our politicians. We started an app, and we got 1,600 head high school football coaches in California in the app, and 7,000 assistant coaches. So 11 days after I started, it was 4:30 in the afternoon, my cell phone rang, and it was Gavin Newsom. Him and I talked for 45 minutes, and what I left him with was this. I said, Governor, we are not political. We do not want to be political. We want to do the right thing for kids. He wanted sports back, but the mosh pit of special interests that you had to work through to get it back, from that day took 5 weeks until we finally got it done. And as a result, not only did we get high school football back, we got all high school sports back, All seasons were played from March to June. Youth sports were returned. It was incredible. 3.3 million kids got to play. What can be better than that? At the end of the day, our whole program here has nothing to do with football. It has everything to do with building great young men. And I believe if you do that, the football will take care of itself. And I learned that from Dick Lowry. This is stuff I learned from my college head coach and my defensive coordinator. So for me, it all started there.